Hi guys, my name is Aspie Anna, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the best sort of friendly Asperger's routine to create yourself. So I'm going to start by saying that sometimes routines come in different forms and different ways. So there are obviously day-to-day routines like getting up in the morning, having breakfast and etc, work, school, that sort of thing. But then there's also the other routines of getting into the habit of having like morning routines, like rituals, or like nighttime routines, rituals, that sort of thing as well. And so today I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of tell you like a healthy sort of Asperger's routine, which I sometimes use. I briefly use the term sometimes because obviously there are going to be days when you aren't able to kind of do those particular routines. So the way that you can start creating your own routine, which is best suited to you, is by thinking about all the things that you want to complete within the day and do it at set times that you feel comfortable doing, and that also work around your work or school schedule depending on what age you are, and basically kind of figuring out the best things for you at the certain times of the day, and making sure that you're leaving yourself a little bit of time not having a set strict routine, just to kind of take the pressure off you a little bit. When I started making routines when I was younger for school and stuff, I would struggle quite a lot to kind of keep up with my routines because I'd be doing crazy things like, you know, making a routine starting at like 8:43 and I've got to clean my teeth in 2 minutes. Like, I'm talking more like a general kind of routine structure, because otherwise if there's too much information on a sheet, sometimes that can overwhelm you too much, and sometimes it's just better to have smaller amounts of things to do and complete them rather than having lots of things and feeling shit because you've not got any of that stuff done. So my best advice is obviously to have a particular time to get up in the morning and then work your kind of time around that. Obviously as well, like, be flexible as well with your like routines and stuff, because if you are very kind of having quite a restricted routine, sometimes that can like also have a bit of an effect on other aspects of your life, like social interaction and unexpected turns of events. So it's always good to have a bit of an open mind and a bit of kind of leeway between like time. For example, in my personal routine, I like to kind of have focus on obviously creating my YouTube videos. I create a set time or like around the time scale that I am going to do it in, but I don't necessarily stick to it by the dot. It's more kind of guidelines, and that's kind of what I'm trying to explain in this. Like, obviously it's good to have the structure, but don't feel as though you have to really feel stuck to it, because otherwise obviously that can lead to further problems. And if you're behind in your routine as well, that can also stress you out. Like for me, if I'm slightly behind on my schedule, I don't worry about it too much anymore, but there was a point when I would kind of get quite stressed and quite anxious, and I would get quite upset if someone was to disturb my routine. Like if, for example, one of my parents came into the room whilst I was doing an activity, I would feel a little bit kind of like, like a bit shocked and a bit kind of like struck back, because it was like a change that I wasn't expecting. So basically be prepared for any changes that within your routine. If someone comes up to you or whatever and says, do you want to go out today? Say, yeah, that's completely fine. Still obviously make that arrangement, but obviously, you know, have some leeway and some flexibility in your schedule and find a different time to still obviously fit it in, obviously, but just make sure that, you know, you are filling that time in the best way possible and not worrying about your routine and not spending too much time on making a routine as well, because I would spend like an entire day making routines at one point, and it was really unhealthy. And when it actually came to actually doing it, I was too stressed to do it because there was too much information. So just spend a little bit of time in your day to make a casual routine for yourself, and just don't overthink it too much. And then when something does come up, you'll be absolutely fine and you'll feel happy and you'll feel satisfied. I hope this video helped a little bit. Obviously, like, people with Asperger's are on different places in the spectrum, and obviously some people find routines better than others. Some people don't even use routines. There was a point when I didn't even use a routine, and sometimes I don't. Like, if I'm meeting someone, I will not make a routine because they are not autistic and they don't have that sort of same brain thing as me, and you know, they have the capacity to make quick changes and not worry too much compared to someone with Asperger's or autism. So that sort of thing. So it really does depend on you yourself as an individual and what suits you best. I hope this video helped a little bit. Let me know if you want me to cover anything else in the comments, or if you want me to go into any further detail about anything that I have mentioned. Thank you very much, guys.